And this story is about when I first came to the States. I didn't speak any English, so for a month I was studying English. I was living with my aunt and uncle in Valley Stream in Long Island. And the way I was studying English is I had a white album of the Beatles with all the lyrics. And I asked my uncle to translate it for me. And he was trying to explain that that's some kind of a poetry, so it's really hard to say Julia, seashell, eyes. So the next thing I did, I went to the local library and I got a record which said English for absolute beginners. And the record went something like this, and I memorized it. It was, hello, my name is John. Hello, my name is Mary. How do you do, Mary? You look tired. I am a little tired. Would you like some tea? But of course. So tell me, Mary, do you like Laurence Olivier? I like him as an actor, but I don't know him as a person. What do you do on Saturdays, Mary? I clean the house with meticulous accuracy. The meticulous accuracy took me a while. That really was the first for absolute beginners. So with that knowledge of English language, I wanted to look for a job, and my aunt and uncle told me that you know, you people in Eastern Europe have it all wrong. You think it's so easy in America. It's really hard. You can't find jobs. Nobody can find jobs. And I met this Polish lady at the library, Mrs. Krause, and she said, you just walk around and when you see, and she drew me help wanted piece of paper, and she's like, when you see this, just walk in. And she wrote me, I want a job. And so the first place that I saw was Burger King. Central Avenue there. I saw a big help wanted section ad for it. So I walked in and I said, hello, I want a job. And the guy, the manager, they directed me to the manager, and he sat me in front of at that time it was like a screen with slideshow. And he started, you know, he kind of indicated that I'm gonna watch how to make Whopper. So it basically showed in sections like how many slices of American cheese, how many slices of tomatoes, how much mayo, and how many pickles go into a classic Whopper. And I sat for an hour, and he says, when you are done, and it was a month into being in the States, so I could understand a little bit of what someone was saying. And he says, when you think you know, tell me. And so after an hour, I told him, I raised my hand and I said, I think I know how to make this. And so he handed me a uniform, which was at that time like a polyester. It was a hat that said Burger King on it, and a yellow and a brown polyester uniform, pants and tunic, and I was so excited about it. It was like, I was like, I'm a real American now. And I went home and they told me to come the next day. I went home and I told my aunt and uncle that I'm gonna make wipers. And I went the next day, and just to brief you, a month before when I was in Poland, I was in music school studying violin. I was studying to be a classical violinist for many, many years. So, you know, my whole life was about, you know, teachers guiding me how to play Bach, how to be an artist. And so I went the next day, dressed up in my uniform, and they told me to come at 11 o'clock, and I got there, and the manager came and gave me a broom. And I was standing with that broom, and I was in complete shock. Like I was like, this is not Whoppers. And he told me to, you know, clean the floor. And it was such a shock to me. Like, I just didn't understand that somebody didn't know me, as I wanted to tell him, but I play violin. Like, I'm I'm so much more than this broom. Like, how can you act? Like, I thought we're gonna talk, like he's gonna ask me about where I'm from. Like, he wasn't interested in any of it. He just like asked me to clean it fast because the rush hour was coming. And so I cleaned the floor, and then they put me on a station, and then the rush hour came, and there was this guy, Danny, standing next to me, and then all of a sudden people started rushing into the Burger King, and they showed me that the orders were being yelled out and written out, and it was happening so fast that I got completely confused, because every time I heard a Whopper, I was making a Whopper, but then they were like, it wasn't anything that I learned, it was all these special orders. So they would say Whopper, extra pickle, extra mayonnaise, extra no onion, a Whopper, 2, minus mayonnaise, minus this, and for me, minus and mayonnaise was like a one word. So when I heard minus, I thought it's like mayonnaise. So I just and I was just working so fast, and this guy Danny with like red hair, he was so excited about me being there because he loved the way I talk. So he just kept. He's like, don't worry. He kept throwing the stuff I was making, and he was making his stuff, and then he was making my stuff really fast. And he just said, just say something, just say something. And he kept telling everyone, she speaks so funny, just say something. And, so, after 2 days of that try, I got $48. I think I was getting paid $3.20 an hour at that time. It was the minimum wage, and when I went to the manager to ask him for next week what time I should come, he basically let me know that he says, actually we don't need anybody anymore right now. It seems like it's working out, and somebody kind of told me that I probably got fired, and I started sobbing. I was just devastated, and there was this cleaning lady who like took me to the bathroom. She was cleaning the bathroom, and she hugged me, and she just said, don't worry, just go to Dunkin' Donuts. They're open 24 hours. They're just gonna love somebody sweet as you. And, so that's what I did.